Hi, welcome. This is Bitcoin Gorilla and the bears versus the bulls. The market has not been the same since April. Thank you for joining me. And in this analysis, we're going to look at Bitcoin. Like if you've been following me, you know that April 1st, I made my first post and I warned you about this month, April. What is going to happen in April? I said that April is going to be a bloody month because if we look at the monthly chart right here, we see that the past few months for Bitcoin has been a run. Like someone is chasing these bulls. Like, just look at this. Isn't it so beautiful? And you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The past 6 months has been nothing but a run. And you see that these bears have not had a chance to strike for once. And when I saw how the bars are beginning to overlap each other, even though they are big bull bars. Now look at these bars. This is a full-grown body bars, though it has a long tail. The next bar also had a full-grown body, but there is this overlapping now. This is the monthly chart. There's this overlapping happening, unlike when they first started, right? When the first bull run started. Meanwhile, please, if you've not subscribed, do kindly subscribe so that you get notification each time I post. I know I am not always posting all the time, and I do apologize. It's because of my timing and a lot of things that I do. So I do apologize that I'm not always here to keep you constantly updated. But trust me, any little time I have free, I do jump on this and make some updates. So thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time, I am Machiavelli Trader, and thank you for this watch time you are sharing with me. So let's get back into this analysis. So if you look closely, you see that here that you can see that the move, right? You can see how all the way to this point, right? Let's say this point, right? You can see that from this next bar, this bar, we started seeing that's from 40,000. We started seeing some sort of overlapping, right? We started seeing this. You can see that this particular candle went all the way down and then pulled up, right? Right. So you can see the battle was now becoming tougher for the bulls to start going. So from this particular candle, the push is no longer clear for the bulls, right? Though we don't have any previous resistance, like people will say, there's all-time highs, all-time highs have been clear, so it's going to be run to 100K. I don't believe that. If you watch my post or read my post, sorry, it wasn't a video, it was a normal post. So if you read my post, I said that Bitcoin is getting to a very dangerous point the minute it gets to 62K, and anything that goes above 62K is going to be a bull trap. I'm going to leave the link to that post in this video. It was posted April 1st. That was the first warning. It's going to be a bull trap. What happens when one monthly candle pulls back, right? So, and that's what we're having right now, right? This is just one monthly candle and it's causing serious damage on the lower time frame. It doesn't even change the trend. The trend is still bullish. Like just look at this big candle, this big ass candles. Just see these big candles. They are so big, telling you that just one red candle isn't going to stop these bulls from putting more money into this market. Now just think about that. So more money is coming into this market. But the only thing is, I see these bulls know that they can buy it cheaper. So there's this sort of agreement between buyers and sellers. So we're going to get deeper into this, all right? So now, that's just the monthly chart. Now this is a multi-time frame analysis. So now I'm going to take you down to the weekly chart. So we're going to talk. So this analysis is going to favor everybody, but you're a long time trader, you are a short term trader, or you are even a scalper, because I'm going to talk all the way to lower time frame as low as 15 minutes. I'm going to see how I'm going to achieve that. Now, right before I go to the weekly chart, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about something called the four types of market cycles, right? In Bitcoin. Now, I am a price action trader, so I will like to explain this little aspect for those who are new to trading and are watching this video for the first time. Thank you for joining me. If you've not subscribed, do subscribe, and thank you for giving me the thumbs up in this video if you find it quite informative. So, before we go on, I will tell you about, before we go back to our analysis, so I'm going to give you a brief explanation of the four market cycles. Now, these four market cycles play role in all time frame, right? So remember, time frame matters. The time frame you're trading is very important because it affects your decisions, and each decision you make, the analysis you got from 15 minutes can be the same analysis you're going to get from 4 hours chart. It can be the same analysis you're going to get from um um weekly chart, monthly chart. Each one is going to tell their story, but you want each one to be pointing to the same direction. If all of them are pointing to the same direction, that's a good thing. That's a very wonderful thing. That's what you want. But you don't want these time frames contradicting each other, or when these time frames are telling different story. If you're seeing a buy entry on 15 minutes, this buy entry can be like a little swing compared to the sideways that is still on 4 hours, right? There's this overlapping of candles on 4 hours. So you want to see this time frame. So what I'm going to explain to you right now takes part in every time frame, right? It might be taking part, it might be an accumulation time going on in 4 hours, but it can be an uptrend in lower time frame, right? So don't confuse it for anything. So always observe the time frame you're trading before you think about what I'm about to say now. So we have four types of market cycle. The first one is the accumulation season, right? Now this market cycle can go on for a long time, so you can't say how long it can go on. If we look at Bitcoin, we see that Bitcoin has gone to this accumulation. Now this, if we look at whichever one I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to show you. So if you look at Bitcoin right now, this is the weekly chart. Now this is the first stage, right? The accumulation zone. Now Bitcoin has been in accumulation since what? Since the birth of Bitcoin, right? Since the birth of Bitcoin, because the all-time high that it has ever gone is 20k, right? And 20k is not far from this zone. It's still like accumulation, because I can still let me pick my arrow. I can still draw and show you that, see that it's still accumulation. So breakout just happened on the weekly chart. So this is accumulation zone, and accumulation can go up for as long as any time. It means there is an equilibrium kind of mood between buyers and sellers, though one will tend to be higher than one, because in this situation we see bulls are in a higher point because they were making higher lows and showing some bull market structure even inside the consolidation. Even here we have double bottom, but things kept going to the bull aspect until we have this bull breakout, which brings me to the second aspect of the life cycle, which is the bull trend, right? The uptrend. The uptrend is the season whereby the buyers are in charge, things are going to the upside. This can also run for years. Now mind you, yeah, Bitcoin is just running for 6 months. That's why I said we are still in a very strong bullish uptrend. Bitcoin is going to hit 100k. Yes, there's no doubt about that, but trust me, it's not going to be a one-time run thing. There's going to be strong pullbacks, and time frame pullbacks matters, right? So far you can see this is weekly chart. Weekly chart has pullbacks, right? I can see some good pullback, but what about monthly chart? There has not been any pullback, and that's scary. That's something to actually worry about. That's something to think about. So the minute we start seeing this sign of distribution, right? No, the next thing I want to talk about, this is the uptrend. I said an uptrend can run for so long because that is the buy power. It means that buyers, there's more demand than supply in the market. In the accumulation stage, there is more there is more of like equilibrium between demand and supply, right? These two things are in equilibrium. Now in uptrend, the demand is rising fast than the supply. So the supply is in short. So you see price tend to rise to meet the demand so that supplies can keep coming into the market. But yet as it goes higher, you can see demand rising, right? So the next stage, which is the third stage, is called the distribution stage, right? Here you see the demand is not longer rising fast, and now the supply is beginning to rise, right? So they are beginning to meet each other again, just like the accumulation stage in something called the distribution. Now this is what we are in, sort of on the lower time frame, like the 4 hours chart, right? No, so if you look at the 4 hours chart, this is where Bitcoin is right now, right? Like I said, this market cycle happened in each time frame, right? So it's not yet happening in monthly chart, because monthly chart is still in a bullish uptrend. It is still in phase two, yeah, bull phase, right? Bull, big bull phase. The weekly chart too, it's still in this uptrend bull phase. But the 4 hours down to hourly, down to minute chart are already experiencing, no, in fact, 4 hours down. In fact, let me start from daily. Let's say daily, because daily is also beginning to show sign of starting the distribution stage, right? You can see this dip is the first biggest dip, right? But it is not as bad as that it is in 4 hours, because 4 hours is already in the distribution stage. So if you are in 4 hours, you are already in the distribution stage, right? Which means you're going to have a pullback that will last at least this point, right? To this point at least, right? So you're going to have that strong pullback. Now this is the area of consolidation, because it is like a consolidation. It's going to be put in a box, then there will be a dive before the move continues. So that's what the distribution is going to be. So it's going to be a downside, which brings me to the fourth and the last aspect of the market cycle, the downtrend or the on the bear season, where you have a stronger pullback that almost tests the beginning of the accumulation state, very close to the beginning, and sometimes it even comes all the way down here. But I didn't draw it because I know the trend is still bullish, right? So this market cycle, sorry that I'm trying to beat this time because it's 20 minutes, right? So this market cycle tend to happen in different time frames. So if it might be the accumulation stage on lower time frame, it can be still be like a downtrend in higher time frame, right? If it's now bull trend in lower time frame, it can still be accumulation phase in higher time frame, right? Because this lower time frame are running fast, their candles are more than the candles you're going to see on higher time frame. Like you can see this is noisy, right? This is noisy because there are so many candles. I need to zoom into for you to see the candles clearly. That is because this is a 4 hours chart. If I take you to my weekly chart, you find out that it is just couple of candles that makes up all this noise. Like this is just couple of candles. I don't even need to zoom in for you to see. So you can see how bullish the weekly chart say look. If I go to the monthly chart, it makes it even looks more interesting. Oh my god, clear chart, right? So that's what you have to consider, the time frame you are trading. And this time frame shows me clear distribution stage going on, because I can actually draw a line and see that there is a support. So let's turn on back my drawing. So you can see now, to beat my time, I have 7 minutes left. I'm trying to beat trading view time. So if you're watching from YouTube, this is just a short video, right? This is a short update video on what is going to happen on Bitcoin. So like I said, if you look, I have mapped out the area of importance. So you can see that when it broke the 62k resistance, it didn't go far. In fact, it didn't break the major resistance, right? So it just forms something that looks very close to a double top, right? It looks very, very close to a double top. That's what that stuff looks like. So, and you know what double top means? It means it's going to come down to where it started. And this is where it started. So it's going to be something like this, right? Right. Now, If bad case scenario, we don't want something to play out something like this, right? In this point. Now, this is area of importance. This is area of importance, right? So we see that the good thing about this is we're going to get a bounce, right? We're going to get a bounce because of this area, right? This area of importance. That's a big support here because it played a part in the past, and we're going to see a reaction when it comes here. And we're going to see something like this happening, right? So I expect it either to move now to, because this is the seller's line that we're respecting now, that is pointing to the downside. I expect a bounce to at least 56 to 58K to 60K, not bad, because this is where the resistance is. So we could have this move like this, right? And then come back to this point. Now, if this move is going to continue to the bull's favor, that is, if we have more money entering this market, if we have more demand coming into this market, then I don't expect it to break the channel that we've been respecting since the breakout from 10K, right? We've been respecting this channel, which is the bulls support line, right? Now they have broken this channel. Look very closely. You see the support of 50K was broken, and it got us to 47K area, right? 47 to 47K to 47,500. That is not good for the bulls. That is losing power in your own home. That is losing power on the 4 hours chart, but that is not losing power on the monthly chart. So please be aware that on a long time, this is still a bull market, and we're likely going to see more moves to the upside. Now, mind you, we're going to still get a bounce. If you're trading the 4 hours chart, we're going to get a bounce that will take us to at least 60K, right? But then we're going to get another deep down. Now, this deep down will determine if the bulls can hold this support here, because there's a mini support right around here, right? Can they hold up this support to continue the journey to my target of 68K, right? But I doubt that, because I'm seeing weakness, I'm seeing distribution, especially on 4 hours. So there's probability that it could happen. Now, don't shoot this analyst. I'm just doing my job and telling you what I'm seeing now. But the higher chances I'm seeing is that these bulls will get rejected and come the way back to 40K, hit this 40K, bounce again, respect this seller's line again to 51 to 52K, and then come all the way to this point. This is the major area of importance. Why? Because this is where the M, if I'm to draw, actually hit each other, right? Like this, right? We have something, this double top that we are talking about is going to play out like this. So I see somehow 20K coming into play in a long term. Now, this is not going to clear in 1 month. This is probably going to last April and May. That is what I'm saying. We're going to see this drag between April and May, because this is distribution. Whether you like it or not, we are still in a sideways market. Nothing has moved anywhere since we arrived at 57, 58K. It has been not a long journey, and we keep coming back to the same support. And remember, when a support is hit countlessly, a support becomes weaker. So these are the things I am seeing coming on Bitcoin. Remember, I've been warning you since March about this incoming bear strike. If you've not followed us, do like this video, and please support my channel. Let us grow together. And I tell you something, for a long term, trust me, you want to save money to buy this pullback. This is not the time to cry. If you're trading sport, all you need to do is save up more money, because this bull run is just getting started. If I should turn on my exponential moving averages, this is price action, it gets really interesting, because we are very close to the support of 20 exponential moving average on the weekly chart. Look at it, we are very close to it, and look at it, you can see that it is no coincidence that my area of importance is being going coincident with where the same exponential moving averages are located. So thank you very much for watching this video. Like I said, if you have not subscribed, do subscribe, and do stay happy and happy trading. Don't be scared. Buy the pullback because we're going to 20K, and save your money because we're going to 100K. Shout out to all Machiavelli traders. Join us on Telegram and join the family. Thank you very much. I am Machiavelli Trader, the only Bitcoin gorilla. Boom! We're going to 100K soon. Buy it at 20K, my brother.